G'day guys, welcome back to part 2 of the trans video. Today we're actually not touching the trans, we're doing the sump gasket. So I've got to pull these wheels off. I've already switched it from the ramps onto the stands. We're doing the engine sump, so I've cleaned up under here anyway a little bit, but sump's making an annoying mess. A small bit of oil goes a long way, especially on someone's driveway. So we're going to pull the diff out today to get to the second part of this sump. The reason we've decided to do that this sump now is obviously it's a lot easier with the trans out. So you can do this job with the trans in situ. However, I've just got so much room for activities under here currently. May as well do it now. We're going to focus on wheels, CV's out. We're going to drain the engine oil now as well, and the diff oil. Once the CVs are out, we get this axle tube pulled off, which is one side of your diff mount, so this guy here, and the other side you got this bolt and your 3 big bolts there, and then the diff's pretty much free. There is a diff breather on top that I need to get off as well, which you get from the front, and this cross member can come out for more room. So once this diff's out, there's a lot of room in here for dropping the sump, I'm assuming, because I've never actually done it in the car before. Right, so we're at the point now where I'm just going to start separating the ball joints from the knuckles, or whatever you call it. Sway bar lengths 18mm, steering arms 18mm, your upper control arm ball joints 18mm, your brake calipers 13, wheel speed sensors 8, and your clamp here is a 10. And this guy here, I can't remember, 32 or inch and a quarter or something. So all I'm going to do now is get a lever bar under the CV shaft here, hold pressure on this and smack the side where the knuckle actually slides into, the ball joint slides into, to free it up. And I'll lever this upwards to do the same thing for this one. Now once these are free, it should be giving me enough room to actually pop this CV shaft out of this end. And once it's out of this end, I can then go over to the diff side and pop it out of the diff. And then pretty much I got the old boy. You can probably see his chunky little legs over there. He's attacking the other side, so should be out in no time. Alright, so now we've decided to re-bush the lower control arms as well, since I've got them here. I bought them for Dad for Father's Day like 3 years ago. You can do this in the car if you just do the back 2 bolts and let the control arm hang down, but because we've already got the CV shaft out, which is the main thing for getting the actual spindle off, we figured may as well just pull the lot. So only important thing to remember before you actually pull your control arm off or your bolts is just paint pen where they were to begin with. And then if your bushes are flogged, chances are you're not going to end up in alignment anyway, but at least you'll be relatively close to where you should be, and then you just go get a wheel alignment done afterwards. Alright, so lower control arms are off. This is, we're currently at like plan F. you guys probably know enough about these lower bushes anyway, but real common issue with Land Rovers is their bushes. So as you can see, it's all broken away. So we've gone with
I went with the 3 ones.
Dad went with 3 ones. So we just got, I bought these off eBay. It cost about 200 bucks, I think. Oh no, they didn't. I don't know, I don't remember. It says 2-year warranty, but I bought them 3 years ago. So already had a warranty before I fit them. We'll punch this centre bit out, and then we just use a hacksaw blade and cut the bush, and then we just fold it in and bang it out, pretty much. And then for pressing it in, I just got my little 6-ton bottle jack press. But currently, we've got these out so that they're off. You ticking along? You're going to tick along with them?
Yep.
So Dad's ticking along with them, and then yeah, I'm just going to get back into the diff and sump. And yeah, the goal is today. We'll probably get the diff and sump back in, and lower control arm bush is ready, but the mounting bolts are flogged, so we need to get new bolts for that. And then tomorrow, on a different video, will be the trans install. So yeah, not quite as far as where I wanted to be, but we just keep doing extra things. Alright, so we're just going to prep up these faces now, so I'm going to clean this sump and the engine underneath. Just going to use my gasket scraper and some Scotch-Brite buffing pad, hand pads, just to clear up. You don't want to use anything too abrasive on either of them, because you don't want to wear any divots or grooves into the sealing surface. So just make sure you be nice and gentle. And then yeah, I tell you what, I'm getting a bit peckish. Would have been alright. Dad had the decency to go out and buy me a foot-long sub, and then I happened to.
It wasn't my mistake.
It was your mistake.
I got taste buds.
So he says my sub's ready. I come out. It's mine's got seafood written on it. Apparently, I don't like seafood. I had a chicken city with smoky barbecue sauce, which Dad doesn't like. Anyway, turns out he's 6 inches deep in my sub. And Dad's fine, Dad's full. He's had a sub and a half. A foot and a half we've eaten today, and I've had a little puny 6 inch, and I'm a growing lad. I need my food. Who knows?
I gotta be forgiven, come on.
Alright, Sump's in. So the only dramas we came into again was once transcore lines and your dipstick. So just angle it a little bit, pull the dipstick in place, make sure the O-ring's gone past where it needs to, which in this case it has. So torque sequence, your 10mm bolts are 19 to 26 Newton meters, which means I'll torque them at 23. I always go in the middle. And your 8mm, 9 to 11 Newton meters, so I'll go 10. Oil pickup tube is 8 to 11 as well, and all your metal sump bolts are 8 to 11mm. Pretty much the whole, if it's an 8mm head on the engine, it's normally 10 Newton meters. So that's that scenario. Now I'm going to run through, do all that. transmission time. So currently put it on the trans jack, hoping that it would clear underneath the car, but it won't. So I may have to pull it off the jack and put it on under the car. Otherwise I'm going to try and jack the car up high enough to clear everything. But one thing, when I helped my mate Adrian with his, the torque converter itself, this is where your mounting hole is for you to put the bolts in. So just get your torque converter roughly in line with this groove. That's your starter motor groove here, and then this is where that inspection hole is for you to remove the 4 bolts. I had to go underneath and rotate it until the hole's lined up with Adrian, so it's just a little time saving thing for you guys. But yeah, putting it in is pretty straightforward. Obviously this dick here is what goes into the flex plate. The old boys requested that we put some anti-seize in there to prevent it from ever seizing, so we've done that. Apart from that, it's all pretty straightforward. Right, so transmission's up and bolted in. The top bolts are such a prick to get to, and then you get all the fiberglass off the heat wrap on the crossover pipe. Pain in the ass. Now if you want to torque these, I just do them up tight. If you want to torque them, it's 45 Newton meters. I'm going to go over now and attach the flex plate to the torque converter. They're also 45 Newton meters. So with that, I will actually torque them because they're internal, and I will put thread locker on as well because anything internal I don't want coming loose. So with the flex plate, obviously same as removal, that top hole. Probably going to have to bar the engine over to line the first one up. I had it pretty close, but we had to move the torque converter around a little bit, trying to get it into place so I can't see. Anyway, I use my fingy, buy the engine over and then just feel for it. Right. And I use my phone so I can see better. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to show you because it's too tight. So I don't know how well this is going to turn out, but I'm just going to go through the process of fitting the starter motor. Now, fitting it's fine because you know you're wiggling it in to get it in, but when you're pulling it out, there's only one way it comes out. So the first hurdle you'll run into when you're trying to remove the starter is getting to your cables. So obviously you got to get to your main starter cable up top, but your actual relay wire is long enough to get it down further. So what you do is you just bring your starter down to here and remove it at a lower point, and then you can get to it easy. Oops. For me, because I'm putting the starter back on, what I've got to do is you got to make sure that your cable, your relay cable, is fed behind the main starter cable, because obviously it sits on that side. Oh, man, stand up. Fuck off. So once that's on, once it's fed behind the main positive, I'm going to give one bit of advice to people, and that's when you're on the tools full time as a main job, don't do it as a hobby, because you come off of work and you're just absolutely rooted, especially when you're coming off night shift, and then you're going to do it all again at home, and it's a real good way of burning yourself out. Or you could buy a Toyota and you don't have to go on the shed because it never breaks. Alright. So, relay cable is on. The big part here is, hopefully I can do it. So you've got to get the starter in, and you've got to get the positive terminal, the big terminal, over the top of the engine, mate. That's the hard part. One, two, three, four. That's all good. The hard part is trying to do this in a way that you guys can see what I'm doing, because the camera is right where I need to be. Oh no, I've got my shirt stuck on the fucking creeper. Fuck off. Fuck's sake. There we go. So this is the groove just behind. See the positive terminal just there? And then you've got your engine mate groove up here. Oh man, that's the groove that catches everyone out. So you need to get this mount in that recess, otherwise the starter motor doesn't slide back far enough. And it's not by much, it's only by like 3 mil. So you might think, yeah, I'll just keep persevering, but you'll never get it unless you line it up with that recess. That's my little bit of advice to you.